Namaskar and very warm welcome to all of you friends. I, Dr. Renu Tomar, welcome you to the lecture on need of value education. Friends, as the name specifies, today we shall be discussing what value education is, why it is important in the present context, what role various educational policies have played as to help the educators to inculcate value education in their class. So friends, let us try to unravel this topic by trying to understand what value is. Value, if we ask any individual, any layman, a common man would say, value is something which is important to me. Value is something what I take my attitude to be, my preferences are, or my needs are, or my interests are. So these are the generic meaning of the value. But if we look at value from the sociologist point of view, the value would mean that what the society or the community connotes as righteousness or goodness or inherent desirability in the community or the society. That means, as per the sociologist, value would mean that whatever is desirable in certain community or in certain society is valuable. It can vary from one society to another. It can vary from one community to another, because every society and every community have certain beliefs which are important, and those beliefs which are important to them are ideally shared by only members of that culture. So what is good for particular community may not be good for the other community. What is desirable for certain community may not be desirable, rather may be undesirable for certain community. Actually, the value represents the conviction that a specific mode of conduct or end state of existence is personally or socially preferable, and it may differ from one person to another, it may differ from one society to another, it may differ from one community to another. If we try to understand value from the understanding of organization behavior, that is the value as it exists in the organization, it would mean that it is some common business value, and it would be like the fairness, the innovation, or the community involvement. So friends, in an organization, value would be seen as different from the value which is being seen in homes or value which is being seen in the community or society. So the culture, as we say, the proper and improper, desirable or undesirable, it varies. It varies not only from individual to another individual, not only from one community to another community, but also from one business organization to another organization. If we take certain definitions as has been given by certain sociologists, the value is the belief that something is good and desirable. It's a very simple definition which has been given by M. Haralambous. To go further, let us try to understand value from the perspective of Shri R. K. Mukherjee. R. K. Mukherjee defined value as socially approved desires and goals that are internalized through the process of conditioning, learning, or socialization that becomes subjective preferences, standards, and aspiration. To understand it further, let us try to understand. We generally tell the child, lying is crime, lying is sin. You should be honest in life, because this is what the society wants. So the value generation begins from the family, from the mother, and then it is passed on to the classroom, which is governed by the teacher and the peer group. So, all these are the agents or agencies which are responsible for imbibing value in the children and thereby creating a pattern of socialization, a pattern of learning which results in subjective preferences, certain standards, certain aspirations which are common to all individuals in that particular society or community. To take one more example of a definition which has been given by Zale, Zinwick and David. Values are the ideas in the mind of men compared to norms in that they specify how people should behave. Values also attach degree of goodness to activities and relationship. So, this is here that we can differentiate value from the norms. Norms means that they are the behavioral norms in particular society, organization or the country, that this is how you are supposed to behave. To take a very simple example, in a bus or in a train, there are certain seats which are fixed for old people or disabled people. If an old man comes and stand near your seat, you are expected to stand up and give that seat to that old man. So, these are the social norms. But if you do it, then naturally you yourself feel that in your activity you have done certain goodness, and if the person gets appreciation for that goodness, then that becomes value for that individual, and that activity will be desired by that individual because of the degrees of goodness attached to it. This is how it will become a value for any individual. To take one more definition of I.J. Lerner and N.J. Cube, value are an integral part of the personal philosophy of life, by which we generally mean the system of values by which we live. The philosophy of life includes our aims, ideals and manner of thinking and the principles by which we guide our behavior. So, friends, from the example which I narrated a minute before and from this definition, what we can conclude is that value inculcates in the conditioning of an individual as philosophy of life. It becomes ideal state for an individual, it becomes manner of thinking, and it also becomes principle of living by which an individual is guided, individual's behavior is guided. So, this is what value is. If we take one more definition of T.W. Hippie, values are conscious or unconscious motivators and justifier of the actions and judgment. That means that values are conscious. How long do they remain conscious? They remain conscious in an initial state. But when the community, the family, the peer group keeps on motivating the individual to behave in certain manner, like the example I gave, to stand up for the older people, to wish to everybody, to smile at everybody, to give respect to your elders. In the long run, that becomes an unconscious part of the persona of an individual, and on that basis he or she is able to justify one's action and judgment. And because this is a shared idea amongst all the people in the community, so the desirability and the worth or the goodness is ranked by almost everyone in a similar manner. This is how the value in a community is shared by every individual. It is a standard by means of which end of actions are selected. Thus, values are collective conception of what is considered good, desirable, proper, bad, undesirable and improper in a culture. To give further example of the values, equality. Equality means everybody, irrespective of one's gender, caste, religion, is equal. Justice. Justice means every individual has certain perception of justice. Being just means that we should be acting in a just manner. The simple example of justice would be that I have one bread and there is a friend sitting with me, and naturally because I want to have that bread, the justice would be, the just behavior would be that I divide that bread equally so that both of us can have the equal share. Then there are examples of value like friendliness, that we should be friendly to everybody. As we said, whenever we come across others, we should be giving a friendly smile. Then there are values like fraternity. That means despite the kind of variations we have, irrespective of differences in caste, community, creed, color, gender, we stand together as being member of one's fraternity. That fraternity may be decided by one's profession. The fraternity may be decided by one's culture. The fraternity may be decided by nation. The fraternity may be decided by the organization. The fraternity may be decided by state or the country. So, these are the values which are to be imbibed in the child, so that the child grows up to be a good citizen, because these are also the values which have been imbibed or accepted in the Constitution of India. So, that is why we have to consciously prepare our individuals so that they become worthwhile as they grow old. It is not easy to clarify the fundamental value for a given society because of their sheer breadth. What does it mean? It means that when we say just can be read in a different parameter. Like just may mean that we are not giving equal proportion to everybody. Being just also may mean that we are, like getting back to the example, like I have one bread and I want to share it with one of my friend. Suppose I did have lunch before I want to have that bread, and that friend of mine didn't have lunch at all. So I may like to give the complete bread to my friend, because that is a just behavior. Similarly, when we say honor our parents and be rational, as far as the value can be so generic also, like the save electricity. What is that? Very generic but very important value. Save water. Use sanitizer. This is a value which has been imbibed amongst all of us presently, that use sanitizer. Wash your hands. Have mask whenever you go out. So, these are the values which have been imbibed amongst all of us due to COVID. So, values are decided by the situation. Values are decided by the community beliefs. Value is decided by even the state of politics in the organization. Value is also decided by the kind of feelings we have. Even the love decides value, and love is also one of the value. We generally say, love thy neighbor. Learning is good. So, all these are example of general values. Individual achievements, personal happiness, materialism. These are also values of the society. That means an individual, whenever the child comes first in the class and the child shares the news with the parents feel proud of him, because that is a value that the child has been able to achieve something. When the child is taught to save money to maintain his piggy bank, materialism is something which we are teaching to the child. To take care of one's toys, not to do things which may harm, like scribbling on the walls, writing on the floor. These are the things which we are teaching to the child when he is very small. Why? Because we say this is the materialistic values. The things which he is spoiling or exploiting have materialistic value, and he should learn to value materialism. So friends, materialism is one of a major value of modern society. In fact, if we try to understand value more, we would say that value is nothing but concepts and standards which determine or guide individual evaluation of the objects which are around him. What are the characteristics of value? One, they are extremely practical. Second, they do provide the standards of competence and morality. Morality as it is approved in the society, the standard of competence as it is accepted in the society. It also teaches the understanding of the strategic context. So, value is a technique which help an individual to be appreciated in the community or the society, and in fact it goes beyond a specific situation or person, because in certain situation if an individual is behaving in one manner, he or she would be behaving in the same manner in the similar situation. If the child is taught to wish the elder whosoever comes to his or her home, the child also has to wish the elder when he come across in the market or in the school or in the playground. These are the personal values which have been imbibed in the child, and he has to follow them, because this is what he has been culturally taught. This is something which has been taught to him traditionally, and it is a combination of internal and external factor. What is internal factor here? The internal factor here is that you have to respect the elder. What is external factor? That as soon as you see the elder in whatever scenario, in whatever situation that is, you have to wish the elder and thereby express your respect towards him or her. So that means the values are relatively permanent and they are central to the core of person. Most of the values which we talk about are taught by various agents. Who are those agents? Those agents are family first, then friends, then the teachers, then the elderly people. So all the people around us are on the mission of teaching us values so that we can survive well in our community and society, and we can be respectable individual in the community and society. Friends, whenever we say about an individual that he is a very respectable person in the society or community, because he has high values, he maintains those values in all situation. To give an example, in the history there was a king Harishchandra. He was supposedly that king was very benevolent. It was stated that whosoever will come to him will be benefited. He or she will get something from that king. And because that was a value of King Harishchandra, he had to maintain it and to test them. The god decided that let us see if he doesn't have anything left with him, Would he be able to maintain the same kind of a value system for which he is dearly respected by all individuals in the society and community and even amongst gods? So, to test him, he took away his kingdom, he took away all riches, and then he went to him and asked for certain, he begged that I am a beggar, please give me something. Then also Harishchandra gave him something. Whatever he had, he gave him. His food which he had not consumed and which he did not have for days, even that food he parted from. And that is how he proved that the value he has is universal for his individual aspect. That means he judges himself on that aspect, that he values that particular aspect, that is to give away whenever he is asked by somebody whatever he has. So these, for that, those individuals are respected in those society. So friends, from this what we can conclude is that the value does have judgmental element attached to it, and it is individual's idea what is right, good or desirable, and it can go to extreme or it can be mediocre or it can be smaller. So as we say generally, individual virtue can differ from one person to another, it can differ from one culture to another, but it does play a very important role in the integration and fulfillment of man's basic impulses and desires stably and consistently appropriate for his living. They are generic experiences in the social action, and they are part and parcel of societies. They integrate social relationship and they mold the ideal dimensions of personality and depth of culture. In fact, the value influence people's behavior and serve as a criteria for evaluating the action of others. In fact, they have a great role to play in the conduct of social life. They help in creating norms to guide day-to-day behavior. And the values means they are part and parcel of certain culture. And if the culture change, the values will also change. They remain stable during person's lifetime because they have been taught by the society and community and the family. That, for example, we teach the child sharing. Because that child has been taught sharing, that aspect, if he has imbibed as a value in one's own persona, that would exist till the person is alive, because that has become part of his personality. It is reinforced by those with whom we interact. Like whenever that child, even when he has grown old, if he is sharing something with others, the others would be thankful to him. Because the others would be thankful to him, it will be kind of a reinforcement that one should value the sharing. So friends, on this note, I shall take your leave. I will join you soon again as to discuss the various agents who are responsible for teaching value, and from there on we will come down to the educational values and try to understand that how educational values are taught by the family, by the teachers, and what role do they play in the life of an individual, in the culture as well as community and the society at large. So friends, namaskar and have a good day. Very good afternoon.